Elias, delighted to be with you here today. We are going for a ride in a great car.
Absolutely.
Tell me about this car. It's the AJAC.
Best large SUV, fresh off hot off the press as of yesterday morning. We made the announcement. It was a great pleasure to have AJAC over at our booth at the Montreal Auto Show. So AJAC, best large SUV, also the Motor Trend SUV of the year, and more recently, from beginning of the week, the North American SUV of the year.
We're in a little bit of a revolutionary area right now where,
Absolutely.
We've got the plug-in hybrids and we got the plain hybrids, and the electric cars seem to be coming online.
Yes.
I think the jury still might be out a little bit, but that's just a personal feeling. Where do you think the industry is going? Do you think we're all going to be driving electric cars in 25 or 30 years, or sooner or later? Or do you think there's something else on the horizon out there that nobody has really thought about yet?
I mean, first off, I think we're definitely in a revolutionary stage in the business. Whether it's going to happen in the short term, long term, midterm, I mean, legislatively, we're going to be in electric cars, I guess, in the next 25 to 30 years. But, I think technology is forcing us to change. I think consumer demand is forcing us to change. Whether it's electric cars or a version of electric cars, could be hydrogen cars, could be any other alternative technology. I think, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, the days of the ICE engine are numbered.
Right. However, I think we're agreed that whether it's hydrogen, electric, or whatever, the move away from fossil fuels, there's no arguing about that.
It has to happen. Yeah.
Anyway, you have a family?
I do.
And boy, girl, boys, girls?
I have a boy and a girl.
Young kids? Teenage kids? Middle-aged kids?
11 and 9 years old.
Oh my goodness, they're just little.
Yes.
Well, that's fabulous.
Fun age.
And are they active in school? Do they play sports? Are they interested in the arts? What do they take after dad, or do they take more after mom?
They take from a little bit of both, of course, but
very diplomatic.
Yeah. No, they're quite active. They play a few different sports each, or at least are always into activities, and have a full schedule, like I think a lot of kids do these days. So
sure.
I have to give kudos to my wife for being able to keep up with it, because I'm not as helpful when it comes to that front.
You're a busy guy. I mean, you don't get to where you are in industry without devoting time and energy, and so I always look upon, marriage and parenting as a partnership.
Absolutely.
You do your bit. So we're doing this really for the Canadian International Auto Show.
Yeah.
Kia is going to be a big player at the Auto Show again this year.
We are.
And you've got a lot to boast about, for sure. But that brings up a question about auto shows. How do you think that the industry looks at auto shows as an investment?
I can't speak for the whole industry. I can tell you from our standpoint, we still think auto shows have a place in the market. And speaking to the Canadian auto shows specifically, I think a lot of times we got lost in kind of our thinking, and we forget about the purpose of the auto shows. And at the end of the day, they are about the consumer.
Right.
So maybe media days are not what they used to be, and maybe the reveals are not as exciting because we get everything in advance, we get everything online, and there's so much product sharing. You release a car, in Geneva, well, everybody knows about it in Canada before it ever makes its way here. That's great from a information sharing practice, but at the end of the day, I do think consumers still want to come and touch and feel and do a little bit of a competitive shop or see what's exciting, and they can't get that from an article. The article gets them started. They still want to be able to touch and feel the cars, and the attendance has been very strong on the Canadian front, as you mentioned.
Right.
But I don't think that's likely to change anytime soon. So we still think there's a place for it in the market. We're still committed to the auto shows. We're participating with in all the auto shows across Canada this year, and we'll continue to do so.
Let's get back to Kia for just a few seconds.
Yes.
The company's doing well.
Yes.
I thought I looked at the statistics from last year. You guys had a good year.
We had a great year. We're quite happy with last year, our second best on record, actually.
Right.
And huge growth on the retail side. This is all as we were decreasing our fleet numbers, so it's very positive. Dealers are very positive. The outlook is looking good. Our relationship has been improving, so lots of good things happening in the last year.
How do you think 2020 is going to go?
Well, in my opinion, it can only get better.